Hello, hello, and welcome back as I get ready to serve out a couple hundred hours of my court-mandated community service in Perfidious Pete Plays The Long Dark. That's right, folks. I'm taking over the Milton Township Meals on Wheels program, bringing hot meals to the disadvantaged elderly since 2017. By which, of course, I mean that the game is kind of shoehorning me into scraping up some frozen roadkill to toss into the food bin of the crazy, bitter, blind old lunatic who lives on the top of the hill and spends most of her free time threatening me with a shotgun. Or is it a 30-06? I think it's a 30-06 that she's got. I'm not joking about the frozen roadkill either, by the way. That's gonna be a thing. We've got any number of dead wolves around the town. The old lady wants meat, and we've got all these dead wolves lying around town that we've taken the skins of, and they're not really doing anything. And honestly, I'll be damned if I go out of my way to hunt edible food for the Gray Mother. I don't like her that much. She's kind of mean. She treats me poorly. And she keeps demanding that I perform like random tasks for her. And as much as I'd love to throw a shoe at her head and go full Austin Powers, I'm not going to. So she wants us to bring her meat. That's fine. In fact, let's check our journal entries and see exactly what it is we're supposed to do. Gather food for Gray Mother wherever you can find it and put it in her fridge. Okay, so we're supposed to find food for the Gray Mother and stick it in her refrigerator. But that quest doesn't say anything about the meat needing to be free of gut-rotting parasites or, potential rabies infections. So I'm going to give her whatever I can find. I may do a little hunting and definitely stealing because I've had my eye on a gas station down the street for a while now. I really want to go loot it. It's time for one of our daring daylight robberies, I think. But as far as the food goes, any good food we get that we can certify as like parasite-free, yeah, I'm not giving that to the Gray Mother. I'm keeping that for myself. The Gray Mother's she's getting the dregs. She's getting the leavings. I know typically we keep our medical supplies in the bedroom, but in the interest of expediency, I'm just going to throw these antibiotics in the stove. It's probably fine. Get you in there. This is kind of heavy, actually. A half a liter antiseptic. We don't really need that much either. We have one bandage, which is fine. Let's get rid of a couple of these books, too. They're pretty heavy. The can opener stays on us at all times. New chocolate bar. We're going to keep those in our inventory. Some cargo pants we're wearing. 20 cattail heads. We have 2 full kilograms of cattail stalks. And I got to say, that's like, 1,500 calories per 10. So we've got like 6,000 calories worth of cattail stalks. That's like 3 days worth of food. Dusty condensed milk. The food I want to put in the refrigerator. We do need to sort out our food situation, and I'm sure it's morning time, so we're probably desperately hungry. We should get rid of this clothing or tear it down. I don't want to waste time to tear it down right now. Plus, I got a bunch of extra, firewood and whatnot. I think we're keeping, extra clothing in here. Yeah, extra unravaged clothing goes in here. We're not going to wear this scarf. Not going to wear that toque. I don't want to destroy either of them. We'll throw the cured leather in here as well. Probably we should get rid of some of this cloth. It's really time. If we're going to go looting, we got to trim down our inventory, too. I mean, an effective looter maximizes carrying capacity so as to also maximize the amount of available loot they can haul back. It's just, quality planning. Do we need all 7 of these? They don't actually weigh very much, so that's probably all right. We got more old man's beard. Okay, you know what? Let's just put some meds in the medicine cabinet. We do have a medicine cabinet, right? Oh, this place doesn't have a medicine cabinet. I guess we were throwing them... Well, we're keeping them in the bathroom cabinet, which is fine. Your painkillers. We want to keep those. You know what? No, you're good quality. You're going in the cabinet with the other painkillers. We'll keep these crappy painkillers on us. They don't weigh much. Water purification tablets are always handy. The rest of this stuff I think we'll keep. All right, let's go sort out our clothing. I know inventory management is not exactly the most enthusiastic thing to watch. Doesn't really make for gripping gameplay, but it is a big part of the Long Dark. I mean, it is an intrinsic part of the gameplay. Ragged work gloves. Those look like they could be pretty warm. Let's check those out, actually. Give me the paper doll here. I want to take a look at my hand slot. What do these work gloves look like? Not really very... Well, you know what? They've got the potential to be really warm once we patch them up. They're only slightly crappier than our mittens, and they're in vastly worse shape. I don't want to tear those up, but I don't want to take the time to repair them right now. I think these are something we will hang on to. Maybe we'll address those at a later date. So that's sorted. Now we got to put all of our fire gubbins back in the stove because I don't want to carry around all this extra firewood. Fire logs are really good, but we don't really need to be hauling them around. Get some for firewood. Flares I'm going to hang on to. The rabbit pelts probably we need to toss on the ground just to get the curing started. Honestly, we're running out of space to keep dead stuff. Crafting materials. All right, so we're going to drop you. Going to drop you. We got probably more old man's beard lichen than we really need. Also, we probably don't need to be carrying around a couple pounds of reishi mushrooms and whatnot. Let's store those actually in the medicine cabinet. Technically, they are medical supplies. Get all those in here. All of these in here. Probably should get rid of this scrap metal too, just because scrap metal's fairly heavy, and I don't really think we have a use for scrap metal until we can find ourselves a forge. So let's just get rid of all of that. The sticks we'll keep. We forgot to put the rose hips in there. Crow feathers also can just go into the fridge. I'm keeping a little bit of extra cloth in case we need to effect some emergency clothing repairs. Yeah, you're hungry. We'll get to the food in a minute. We're sorting our inventory, bro. You gotta give us a minute. Oh, I'm so starving to death. But I will, you crybaby. Fine, you want food? We'll get you some damn food. We have a good supply of venison, so let's just grab a couple of these, and I think we'll eat them both. This rabbit carcass, we also have some uncooked... You know what? Here, give me raw rabbit. We're just going to throw you in there. I don't want to build a fire to cook you. It'll keep for a little while. This also helps lower our overall stink rating. Managing your stink rating is turning out to be like a surprisingly important part of this gameplay. Gotta spend a lot of time managing your overall smell. Didn't really think my odor would be such a problem in the apocalypse. I was of the opinion to be like, well, you know what? I smell like shit, but there's nobody really around to smell me. So I can stink as much as I want, honestly. Who's gonna care? Are we good? All of our needs are met? All of our needs are met. Let's go get the grandmother some wolf meat, shall we? I think there's a dead wolf right outside our house. In fact, I'm almost positive there's a dead wolf right outside of our house. Alright, so we have... It is ridiculously cold and very early in the morning. And I know we left... Thought I heard sounds that sounded like an approaching wolf. I'm pretty sure there's a dead wolf out here in the street somewhere. I thought we left a dead wolf right outside our house. Did we not? I'm almost positive there was a dead wolf out here. We left him as like an example to the other wolves, a cautionary tale. It's like, this is what happens if you come mess with Perfidious Pete. Wind up dead, dog. Get it, because he's a wolf. No. Maybe it rotted. That's unfortunate. I was actually really looking forward to using that wolf meat for the Grey Mother. Well, I guess we'll go rob the gas station then. I really wanted to harvest that wolf. I know there was a wolf dead in the street. I know we left one down there. Crow feather. See, there's crow feathers here. There was definitely a dead wolf over here because the crows were circling its corpse. This is where the feathers came from. They came from that fresh roadkill. So there's our gas station, and I suppose... Actually, wasn't there supposed to be a supply cache or something down here, I thought? Perhaps not. Okay, still, grab some sticks. We could build a fire and try to get a torch to maybe defend ourselves from the wolves, but we do have this sweet flare gun that we have not yet used. We have 7 flares. We also just have some regular flares, though, which, again, are supposed to frighten wolves. Put the flare gun away and just get a regular flare out. If we see a wolf and it catches our scent or starts coming towards us, I think we'll just ready this regular flare and see what we can do to maybe... The silhouette of that sign looked like a wolf with its hackles raised when I came around the corner. I swear he was like staring me down in full stalker mode. Okay, so there's what sounds like an entire pack of wolves in that direction, so let's not go there. Feels like maybe we could... Okay, there's a wolf right there on the prowl. I see him moving. Does he got friends? More importantly, are there any of his friends between me and the gas station? Because it doesn't look like it. It seems like we got, like, a fairly open approach here. Grandmother needs meat. Grandmother wants food. Grandmother is encouraging us to commit larceny. Not petty larceny either. I was going to say armed robbery, but that's not true. I mean, we're armed with a road flare. The door's locked, but fortunately we've got this crowbar. We're cool. We're inside. We crowbarred our way in. All right. What do we got? A cardboard box. Fantastic. Stack of paper. Search trash can. What's in the garbage? It's time to go full freegan here. We can't afford to leave any stone unturned. I don't really want to just pick up a bunch of stacks of papers and cardboard boxes. Anything in the microwave? Old chili dog, something? God. Wait a minute. This is a gas station microwave. How is it not splattered with food stains? There should be at least one hot dog's worth of chili splattered across the inside of that microwave. I've seen gas station microwaves. None of them are that clean. I don't think in my life I've ever seen a really, truly clean gas station microwave. It's all just cardboard boxes. Oh boy. Well, I mean, there's some beef jerky lying on the floor. Okay. So far, what have we got? Okay, more beef jerky. Well, they got the beef, though. Okay, the beef jerky game is on point. I say this place doesn't seem to be too well stocked, but they got a super abundance of beef jerky. An orange soda. No, don't light the road flare. Put the flare away. Put the flare away. Orange soda. Another orange soda. Summit soda. Summit soda must be terrible. That's all I can say. You find Summit soda everywhere. The stuff must just be effectively poison. This place looks like it's been completely looted, fully trashed, just taken to task. And yet the orange soda is the one thing that nobody bothered to steal. It just must be poisonous. It's like Sunkissed. You'd be like, no, I don't really want to put that in my mouth. It kind of tastes like turpentine. Something in here between this. Nope. Old step ladder. Okay, a bottle of water. Got to admit, they're not really enthused about that. There's no calories in water. Their soda fountain. Is there like something takeable on top? No. The Slurpee machine still has Slurpee in it. We should just drink that. That's basically sugar water. Fantastic calories. Granola bar. Sweet. Cardboard box. Another granola bar. Bunch of cardboard boxes and metal shelves. If we ever need tinder, we know exactly where to come, because this place is a gold mine of cardboard boxes and old paper. Yep, give me your Tidy Bowl Blue. That delicious Tidy Bowl Blue. My lips acquire staining. Staining becomes a warning. It's by Tidy Bowl Blue alone that I set my mind in motion. Okay, decent old pair of socks. Take your free cloth, metal shelf, more stacks of papers. Metal shelving, dead philodendron. Any kind of medical supplies in here? What do you got? Bandage? Some antibiotics? All right. Anything in the... You know you're hungry when you're grubbing through a gas station trash bin looking for food. That's, possibly the Webster's Dictionary definition of desperate. Metal shelf. Okay, a gas station's got to have a gun in it somewhere, though, right? No filling station owner doesn't. There's a fire barrel in here. Okay, a couple little cans of peaches, stacks of paper. A hot plate. There's a bed here. Wow, the gas station actually would make a relatively good base. It's got a garbage barrel for cooking. Got a nice little bedroll back here in the office. There are a bunch more lockers we can force. Some worn driving gloves. That's not really a great find. Old trash can. What's in you? Nothing good. Just search out these desk drawers. More water. Okay. Stack of papers. I don't suppose this phone works. Hello? Hello? Someone? Please save me from the crazy old lady who keeps giving me random tasks. Wait, is this a bed? Oh, a bedroll. That's a huge find, because now we can sleep anywhere we want. For a second, I looked up and I couldn't tell whether that was a photo or a window. I was like, how did somebody's house get so close to this gas station? Ragged cotton toque, old newsprint. I don't need any more stacks of papers. I really, really don't. So we could sleep here. Oh, wait, is this firewood? Cedar firewood. Taking that. Some wooden matches as well. Fantastic. They gave us everything we needed for like a successful little pit stop. We got plenty of quality food in here. Got some books, fire materials, plenty of papers that we could use to make tinder. There's so much trash in the long dark, man. You could start a recycling program or something. Tin of coffee, cardboard box. I wonder if a tin of coffee would count as food. If we throw that in the grandmother's fridge, there's an old candy bar. Anything else? You know, grandmother, you said this place was supposed to be some kind of like gold mine. It was supposed to be like a stockpile of food, a giant larder, a windfall, if you will. And really all it's been is some old sardines and dog food. Or dog food. Well, I mean, we know who's eating the dog food. I wanted to, well, I was going to feed her kind of a straight up different kind of dog food, but if my choices are decent food or dog food, the grandmother is getting the dog food. A paddle. Stack of papers. Some lantern fuel. We could break those down for reclaimed wood. It takes a hatchet. 12 minutes for 2 reclaimed wood is actually not a bad trade. I just don't want to carry it because we don't need the firewood and I don't want to take the time at the moment. More cardboard boxes. Is that a lantern though? Is there a lantern over here at this gas station? I see a Coleman style. There it is, a storm lantern. We finally don't have to wander around in the dark all the damn time anymore. Okay, cash register is empty. The grandmother told us there was going to be like a huge amount of food back here, but once again, I kind of feel like she has misled us. Following the grandmother's advice has proven to be not the greatest idea in the world. The lady is off of her damn nut. I mean, we knew that coming in. We knew she was a crazy as shithouse rat, but it's like, oh, hey, go down and rob that gas station. There's like a ton of food down there. There ain't a ton of food down here, lady. It's just a bunch of old cans of dog food and coffee. Oh, now I feel bad, though, because the grandmother actually sent us down here to get dog food. I'm like, the Meals on Wheels program was started so that ladies like her weren't forced to eat dog food, and here I am, the Meals on Wheels program, I'm going to be bringing her dog food. I feel more than a little guilty about my behavior, I'm not going to lie. It's not going to change my behavior and my guilt, but I still can, you know, I'm allowed to feel guilty and still commit what is basically a reprehensible act. I think it speaks well of me that I feel guilty about it, really. Any wolves around here? I want to stay near this door just in the event that there are wolves nearby. Can I get a peep on them? Keep eyes. This fog I don't like at all. Is that a snowman? What the hell is that? I can't really tell where we came out. Anything in... Oh, come on, man. I wanted to raid the ice chest. That stuff sells for like $5 a bag. Even in the apocalypse, that's still valuable. Okay, what's in your trunk? You gotta check for junk in a trunk. No junk in this trunk. Hop in this car because I see something. Another crowbar! Yeah, that will come in handy, Will. That actually may be the best thing we have looted out of a vehicle to date, because usually the vehicles we've encountered so far have been pretty darn disappointing. I really don't like this fog, though. I can't see anything. There could be a wolf just inches away. I don't think there is, because if there was a wolf just inches away, it would already be biting us. Speaking of which, we should probably get our road flare out and ready, just in case. Need to emergency throw this at a wolf. Then we're going to go back to our house, I think, sort through our crummy food, give whatever we don't want to eat or don't find palpable for our own uses to the Gray Mother, and see exactly how much food we're going to have to give her to get her through the winter. She's like, oh, bring me plenty of food so I can survive the winter. I don't think I can scavenge a winter's worth of food, lady. Let's say even for a lady like you who probably doesn't have a huge caloric needs because mostly all you do is sit in a rocking chair and twitch back and forth all day. You're not going to need an abundance of calories. You're not really going to need calorically rich or dense foods. You could probably get by on, like, let's say, just to maintain homeostasis and keep your heart pumping and whatnot. What, like 1,200 calories a day? But I'm going to say that conservatively, I feel like this winter is going to be at least 100 days long. It's a lot of calories, lady. It's a lot of calories, and I got to say, it's also a lot more calories than we found in the 3 cans of old dog food we got for you. I don't think 3 cans of dog food is going to last the winter, lady. All right, I don't want to be wandering around in this fog. Okay, I hear a wolf in that direction, which means it's time to go in the other direction. Keep our back to the rocks. If the wolves are coming for us, we want to make sure they can only come from one direction. We have killed a lot of wolves in this area, so it's possible maybe we've Bob Barker, or we've helped control the pet population by having our pets violently spayed and neutered. I mean, it's not like they're reproducing once we've broken their necks and left them dead in the street. I really want to know what happened to those wolf carcasses, though. My whole plan was to feed that old lady a bunch of dead wolves. That was my whole plan, and the whole plan has fallen completely apart.
I think I can use this.
Some old scrap metal in a trunk. I mean, we could probably use it for something. I don't know if it's going to be anything particularly world-shattering. Are there any of these old buildings that we didn't loot, by the way? We should also just skirt all this, just to check it out. We're very close to our home. If we have to make a mad sprint dash for safety, we could hide in one of these cars and then eventually just dash back to our place. We got in his trunk. A worn cotton scarf. Okay, we've searched that vehicle because the visors are down. This house appears to be boarded up, so I don't think we can get in there. That's our house because it's got our sweet, sweet national banner out in front. We're proudly Canadian. Say what you want about the long dark here. Will McKenzie, he's got a lot of pretty questionable ethnic... Did I say ethnic? I meant ethical practices. Feeding old ladies dog food, trying to get them roadkill, etc., etc. I mean, the guy is not a paragon of virtue by any stretch of the imagination, but a strong nationalist spirit. You got to give him credit where credit is due. The man loves his country. Could break down that metal lamp if only we had a hacksaw. Is this the house that just had a baby cradle in it? Doesn't really seem to be much of anything. Can we break down this table with just our hands? No, it takes a hatchet. I'm not wasting charges on a hatchet for reclaim the wood. If I'm going to be using charges on a hatchet, I'm actually going to go for straight up logs now. The payout ratio on the log is considerably better. I know we have searched all this. So this place has been full raided, right? Yeah. Empty fridge. Okay. So this place has been completely looted. We stole everything here that was worth stealing. Probably some things that really weren't worth stealing. My kleptomania sometimes gets the better of me. My house is starting to look like a hoarder lives there. Okay, so my house. Yep, proud Canadian flag. I'm pretty sure we robbed that old shed. Let's check the trunk of this car. I feel like there was one of these old, like, crack houses that we didn't raid. And it's possible there's some crack still lurking in the wings. Oh boy, I pried open a trunk for some old newspaper. That's a coup. Committed felony breaking and entering, Pete. What'd you get out of it? A rolled up wad of newspaper. We have not searched this building. Okay, empty drawer. Take your reclaimed wood. That's just free firewood. Old metal lamp, a couple books. More tinder materials, if nothing else. Will doesn't spend a lot of his time reading here in the apocalypse. Personally, I'd go full Burgess Meredith style and be like, oh, there's time now. All the time in the world. And then my glasses would fall off and break, and then I'd cry. But before they fell off and I broke and I cried, I'd try to get, at least some reading done. I can't believe we haven't been in this building yet. I cannot, though. The refrigerator is open and unsearchable. Okay. What the cabinets? There was a whole house here we didn't rob. I'm falling down on the larceny job. I'm leaving houses unrobbed. Old cans of dog food here. Old cans of dog food. We got to come up with something we can tell the old lady. I mean, she's blind, but that means her sense of taste and smell got to be off the charts. So when we bring her old cans of, like, Dinky D dog food, Mad Max style, she's going to know. Yeah, you do have a lot of gear, Will. Most of it is trash, but some of it is actually good stuff because it's food. We're going to take the best quality... Oh, no, don't light the flare. We're going to take the best quality food. In fact, put this flare away. I feel like Brick Tamlin running around with a road flare in my hand. Just like Brick with a grenade there. Come at me, wolf! And then he pops the flare. Steel granola bar. Of the food we find, too, by the way. The old lady, all the worst quality stuff, she's getting it. Like, if it's moldy or there's a little bit of green on the cheese, stuff like that, yeah, she gets that stuff. Empty drawer, old radio. I'm not even picking up old newspaper anymore. I'm tired of old newspaper everywhere. This whole town is old newspapers. Also, here's a question. Why does a town like this still have a... we have been in this building because there's a flare we threw at it. So we just didn't search it very well, I guess. We have looted it. We just did a piss poor job. Well, I feel good about being me. Yep. No. We didn't loot it because there's no way we would have left toilet water. Nope, no. No, I would not have done that. I would not have left behind potable toilet water. That's simply no. I wouldn't have done it. Tidy Bowl Blue. You saw me. I found the Tidy Bowl Blue and immediately began drinking it. I would not have voluntarily left behind some of the delicious substance that I crave more than anything else in this universe. So, back outside then. There's a lot of places we could go in this town to pry open with our newfound crowbar. I'm just beginning to wonder if maybe it's worth it. Like, is it worth the time and calories to go around prying open stuff we haven't pried open? We pried open a trunk and found an old wadded up ball of newspaper. We need to also get rid of some gear. Let's go. Yeah, we're going to go triage our food, take all of our worst stuff, give it to the old lady, keep all of the best stuff for ourselves because we're a selfish prick and we don't care about that old woman. The other reason I don't really care about giving her good stuff, you know, we did do the ladies' firewood gathering. We got 5 trust for gathering firewood for that old bat. She's like, oh, good work. You got me a whole winter's worth of firewood. Here you go, son. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Bart does chores for the old lady and she gives him 50 cents to go buy a copy of Nazi Smasher and Moon Whistles. Food triage. That's our... Well, first off, let's get rid of anything that isn't food just to make this easier. So, if you're not food, bedroll. I'm super stoked to have found that bedroll. I'm not going to lie. We want to keep 1 can of accelerant. Crafting materials, we don't need crow feathers. Those can all go in here. The reclaimed wood is a crafting material? Really? Let's keep one on hand, then. I'm not sure what we'll craft with it. Scrap metal we don't need to carry around. Don't really need carrying around much cloth either. Okay, sorted. Tools, lantern fuel. What we should do is get a bunch of lantern fuel and actually fuel our lantern. We have 2 crowbars in excellent condition. Our scrap metal shard is broken? We do not have a knife. That's really bad, actually. Can we repair that, I wonder? We do have simple tools and scrap metal. I wonder if we can repair that. Or maybe fashion a new one? We could also... We're keeping the storm lantern on us, even though it is kind of heavy. We got our 1 stone. The extra sewing kit, I suppose we can set aside. I'm going to make sure and keep our whetstone. So let's start sorting food, then. Well, do we have anything else other than food that we want to get rid of? We got some bum clothing. Let's go throw this in the... Go check this in the old cabinet back here. Really, we should start like a clothing drive. We could also run a clothing bank. We're taking on all of the sort of public services for the Milton Township here. We got a clothing bank. We're working on food drives. Will really is turning into a good Samaritan, man. All right, so these antibiotics can go in here because we're going to keep the low quality ones on ourselves. Energy stem, painkillers, all of that thing, all that stuff we'll keep. Please get rid of the, like, pound of old newspaper. We really don't need it. We also probably don't need all of these matches. We have 15 cardboard matches. I'll keep also the lowest quality wooden matches, and the rest of these matches I think we're going to stash. Also, it seemed like at one point we had way more matches than this. I also don't really need to be carrying around all of these books. Let's keep 2. 20 cattail heads. I don't need this tinder plug. I don't really need that cedar firewood either. 23 sticks. 1 thing of accelerant we do want just in case we run into a dire situation where we're going to have trouble starting a fire. And now we can triage our food. We're finally to the food point. So just limit this all to food. Old lady's not getting any cattail stalks. So we're going to put everything except for our cattail stalks and that cup of coffee. Everything else goes in here, all of it. Well, we'll hang on to Harvey the bunny as well. Oh, I'm not invisible to you now, Pete. Yeah, well, I think maybe we'll give the old lady the coffee, too. And the 7 liters of water, we really only need to keep, like, 2, so let's put 5 liters of that into the fridge. All right, food triage. Anything that's yellow comes into our inventory starting... Okay, so let's just do all the coffee. Some old stale coffee, we're not going to miss that. Can of sardines, not going to miss that. And we also want to try and prefer to give the old lady, like, calorically light foods when the opportunity arises as well. Let's do 1 badly damaged orange soda. 1 moldy granola bar. Yep. These seem like things an old woman will love. 1 old can of dog food. 1 stale chocolate bar. That's it for old food? That's all we got, huh? What if we get... Oh, you know what? We'll give her, like, this as well. And I'm carrying around a rabbit carcass. Why? What is on this? It has no... It's just like... Oh, I guess we're keeping this around in case we run into a wolf so we can drop it as distraction bait. All right, let's go throw this in the old lady's refrigerator and see exactly whether we have brought her enough food to satisfy her needs. An old pound of stale coffee, couple moldy chocolate bars. Seems like all an old woman should need to get her through the winter. We do want to keep an eye out for any cars that we haven't pried the trunks open on yet either, just in case. So I swear I hear a wolf. Have we been in here? Spending your time relooting locations you've already been to, Pete, is that the best possible use of your time? Probably not. Also, we've definitely been in here. This is just an old crack house. Yep, we've been... there's a pipe. Well, we only really need that if we need metal. I want to try and fix my metal shard, but I don't feel like the metal shard is going to be repairable. What I'd like to do is, like, make a makeshift knife. Is there a way I can, like, craft some kind of survival knife? I mean, I crafted a makeshift shard out of a piece of plane that was jammed through my hand. Seems like I ought to be able to do something with a set of tools and actual metal. Up the hill to the Grey Mother's. Over the woods, over the river, and through the woods to the Grey Mother's house we go. Horse knows the way to carry the old cans of dog food to the bitter old crone who probably is going to be angry at us for helping her at all. Talk about ungrateful, man. I don't want anything out of the old woman's firewood bin. I don't really need to steal from the old woman. Let's see what the old woman has in her refrigerator. I gotta, you know, this is a thing that people always do when they go to, like, sets of, movie sets where there's a house, like a famous house, like the Friends house or the Sopranos house, or 8,000. So the old woman wants 8,000 calories. Is that what she wants? So, like, if I give her a can of dog, 8,000 calories is like 10 chunks of deer meat. I wonder if the rabbit counts as food. 2,139 calories is what we put in there. What if we give her the old rabbit? Does it count? 2,001. No, the old rabbit is not considered. Okay. Well, I don't know if this coffee is going to count then. Does that add anything? No, the coffee also didn't add anything, so there's no reason to... Oh, sorry, old woman. If you're not going to give me credit for the coffee, then I ain't giving it to you. This old bat thinks she can get through the winter on 8,000 calories worth of food? Lady, I mean, I know you're crazy, but there's crazy and then there's just stupid. And I think, well, you're some kind of, like, double threat combination of the two that makes it as tragically awful as possible. I'm going to wrap it up, though. We're going to go find another 6,000 calories for the old loon here. If you want to see us gather those calories, you might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. You can also subscribe as well. New episodes of The Long Dark every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, however, I'm going to go out and have to do some actual hunting because apparently feeding this woman old dead wolf is just not going to cut the mustard. We really need to find a way to kill wolves more effectively. I'm pretty sure we could feed her wolf meat. I bet she'd be dumb enough to eat it. Not dumb enough. Helpless enough? Whatever. I can take advantage of the situation. Another's misery can be my gain. And that's the way capitalism works. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.